Alright, welcome back to D&D. So, last time we played, you had been investigating the spirit of the dwarf who had died during the Arwellan occupation. You're trying to figure out some information concerning this because you would like to get leniency from the representatives of the different dwarf clans for Sathara so that she would not be executed. While you were investigating this, in essence, old crime against him, or where his kind of battle-sworn brothers had broken their oath, you determined that it was the ancestors of the various clans who had broken their oath to him. So you currently are aware that each and every one of them, or at least their ancestors, is responsible for this. So you have to figure out how you want to deal with that. So we leave you off at the library. Or actually, I must believe it was the Hall of Records you were at, where you were initially doing your research into this.
So what exactly are we... I know we're looking to prove that... What exactly are we looking to prove besides this? Like, what is the long time? I know the leniency.
Are you asking?
Like, I'm asking in, like, out of character in general. Like, I know proving that they did this leads to Sathara being exonerated. How?
Basically,
Yeah, what's the connection?
My brain is not working. Like, it just stopped working. Like,
so
right now.
her initial crime was against one of the dwarven clans, the extinct one, as it turns out. We talked to the Duke and the Order of the Yard, and they said their hands are tied, but if you could convince the dwarves to show some leniency, then you can... we have a better position to argue for not executing her by law.
Okay, so basically, by proving that they did what their ancestor did, what they did,
Their ancestors genocided the other clan.
we basically corner them into where they basically their clans are going to be scrutinized and possibly lose authority. So you're basically checkmating them into exonerating her.
Yeah, so we're gonna threaten to let their secret out.
Okay. That okay, now my brain is back to normal now.
Does
Okay.
that make sense? Yeah. That's
All right.
Plan. Blackmail. Piffle loves it.
Okay.
All right, so hang on, let me pop my character sheet up here. So what do we need to find here? Let's see. So we're gonna comb through these records to find what was the term you used on this? The battle brother, the
It was like the battle sworn. They had a number of different names, but in essence, they broke their oath to him.
Okay. So we just need to find any recording of them breaking their oaths.
Not really. We already have the proof.
Yeah, we do, but so what are we looking for in here then specifically? We have the proof. Do we need proof from each of their clans? Do we need to steal correspondences from their houses?
Doubtful.
All right. So what is the penalty for breaking an oath in a Dwarven?
Probably death, and I think the whole idea would be like all their clans would probably be
Extinct.
Yeah.
So it should be the clan the clan that's extinct right now should be the only one that should be existing, and the other three should be gone.
I mean, we don't know that yet. I guess if there's something we could look up, it would be the punishments for that kind of treachery, but it seems like it would be pretty severe.
All right. I would like to look for that specifically. What is the punishment for something like this?
Okay.
Specifically, if it was found, maybe if it was found generations after, even. If there's a precedent.
Give me an investigation check, please.
I'll assist you.
Okay. Takes a little bit of time to rummage through different files, but you do find this would be written down decades after it happened, having been the records of an oral history, but you do find records indicating that a battle sworn who broke their oath could have to pay a number of different penalties. They could have to pay a large fine to the family of a tremendous amount of gold. They might have to put themselves into the service of the other family to kind of work off that debt. In the most egregious cases, it would actually be a death sentence, although as it indicates, it's more accurately described as a forced ritual suicide. This would be files that would record events that had happened before Arwell actually came to Viderheim. This would be about 800 CF. As for punishments for breaking oaths after the Arwellans arrived, you don't really find anything of that nature, as most of those oaths were tribal law, clan law, and the Arwellans did force the majority of people to utilize Arwellan law.
Okay. I had a thought in my brain and it went away. Does it say, was there anything regarding the extinction of a house because of something like this?
This would be more on an individual basis rather than an entire clan, as it would be individuals who would actually make these sworn oaths, and if the individual broke it, it would not go to affect his family or his clan as a method to avoid retribution between different clans.
Yeah, so if they, but if they extincted this clan, what would the retribution be in this case? In like, is that in the history?
Killing an entire clan, you see no record of such a thing occurring.
Is there anything close to it?
Give me another investigation roll.
Do I get
And I'm assuming you're being assisted, so you can do it at advantage. You see different trials related to like families being killed during feuds. If a member of the family that was attempted to be wiped out did survive and brought the charge to the clan elders, the perpetrators you saw were executed if it was done unlawfully. So an unlawful like killing of that nature would cause them to basically have to worry about being executed if somebody brought the charge against them.
I feel like that's the closest one, since Graham can speak to the spirit. And they wanted you to get rid of the spirit and did not.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah.
Because I think that fits the law perfectly. So I think that's what we needed. Obviously I take notes on all of this. Okay. Pages, book, everything. What's our next step? Do we go accuse them? Do I bring my execution sword? Just kidding, by the way.
Is there anything else we need before we accuse them?
And that's what we're trying to figure out.
So we definitely have the history where we've seen this. We know what the penalty if someone survived, and we also have someone from the family accusing, which we do because the Ghostbusters don't exist here. It is Matt, or it's Graham.
Did I? Well, I know I wrote them down. The question is, do I have them handy? There we go. Switch to this and take a look.
My question: who uh who brings down the judgment in this case?
You saw that it would typically be done by a legal representative of like the clan elders. They're
Damn it.
the Orwellian term would be used, so it would be called Justicar. Um, that's the closest translation from Dwarvish that you could probably get.
I had it written down, but I can't find the names of the battle sworn that betrayed the ghost.
Yep. If you would like the names, it is Balin Bitterbane, Sindra Silverbelt, Aldrich Underforge, and Philia Frostriver.
Okay, and the ghost himself was he was an
Morgan.
Emberborn.
Yeah, Morgan Emberborn.
Morgan.
Morgan.
He's a generational Morgan. Okay. And do we need legal representative to on our end in this case?
I don't think so. I mean, for one thing, it would be you. Does the clan law go into how you lay these accusations and like how that's meant to go, or is it just bring the facts and yell at them?
It would be more bring the facts and yell at them. You
All right.
could definitely see that it's a little more loose in like how law was applied.
So the real question then is, like we can get what we want if we just tell them, hey, we're gonna reveal your clan founders or ancestors or traitors, but that doesn't quell the ghost because the ghost wants justice.
And if we bring that, and if we bring their the clan treachery up to light, the penalty is execution for all of them.
I think this is an unprecedented situation.
Well, I mean,
because,
technically, the ghost is going to stay there until they're executed.
I mean, we have no way of knowing that, but we do need to figure out
Well,
what.
that's how it's presented to us currently. And I'm certain that to make the ghosts go away, a lot of people just say, "Hey, just chop their heads off." I don't want a ghosty yelling at me when I walk through past the cemetery.
This might be something Graham needs to research. So while we're in the Hall of Records, Graham's going to see if we can find religious rites related to the Dwarven clans.
I will assist you in whatever you need to investigate.
This would be for religious rites. This would be religion.
Okay. 13. Woo.
Okay. So Dwarven religious rites related to things of this nature would fall typically under Tyrell, who is the Viderheim god of justice and order. So you would expect clerics of Tyrell to, in essence, kind of find the rites, perform the various sacraments, the rituals in order to kind of make this happen. I'm trying to keep it a little more vague, but if you'd like, you can also do an investigation. You just have to try and get more additional information.
I'll assist.
All right. And what precisely were you looking for within the investigation?
So, like, obviously, the specific case of quelling a vengeful spirit. Anything specific to that? Anything that we know? If there were any like outbreaks of undead and how they resolved that, short of killing them, like ways they would pacify like the dead effectively.
Okay. Through that investigation role, you find more legal documents rather than anything related to religious rites. However, you do find that there are records of clerics of Tyrell who actually do go and soothe the kind of restless spirits. Kind of torment is the word that would be used to describe it. Some of that is done through prayer, through ritual. Some of that can be done by appeasing the restless spirit, finding what they are mad about, and attempting to kind of rectify it to the best of their ability. As for outbreaks of undead, nothing major. It would just be the occasional restless spirit that was kind of forced to emanate from the the kind of afterlife, either through some sort of magical ritual that went wrong or through just sheer force of will and anger.
You're too angry to die.
Well, to an extent, yes.
Will not cross doorway to the other side. Okay, so then we have another guy. Was I thinking the other one from? Is that from Viderheim, the twin brothers? Was that Retribution? What was it? Hyros and Zyros?
Yep. Hyros and Zyros would be from your actual home continent of Istilia.
Okay.
So they cover somewhat similar kind of like paths, but everybody knows enough that basically most countries or continents typically have their own kind of gods. Now, whether these gods are just mere representatives of a larger pantheon and everyone's just putting a different face on the same guy, you're not sure. No one's been able to determine precisely, but this is what you are aware of.
Okay. Great. So what are we missing now? I feel like we're right there just to put this to bed. So what are we missing now from Graham's standpoint? I think we have everything on my end, right? Law-wise, we just need the religious aspects situated.
You were able to find information concerning some of the religious rites. Not too many, as they're very old. But specifically, what you really have honed in on is kind of appeasing a spirit that has returned from the grave to kind of send them on their way.
Well, Graham will try to study those to see if he can find something that might help with. Figures he doesn't follow the same with Morgan.
Okay.
I noticed it's B, S, U, and F for Bitterbane, Silverbelt, Underforge, Frost River, but then Morgan, Emberborn.
Emberborn, yep.
I guess M to M, phonetically.
There's a few names, yeah, but... So if you would like to, or I should say, what are you looking for now exactly?
I don't know that we're going to find anything. Oof. Okay, well, I guess one thing we could do is dangle this in front of the representatives themselves, because they're the ones who asked us to quell the spirit in the first place. So we could just go, hey, this is also your problem. You're going to need to help us fix this if you want it fixed.
And our price is the exoneration of Safara, right?
Yeah, or at least clemency in turning authority over her sentencing and punishment to us.
All right, if you wanna try that. I mean, we have everything. I mean, otherwise, I guess. I mean, they literally are going to face execution. Otherwise, if it comes to light in some capacity, like they're going to they're going to
they're
lose
not. Like, who's going to execute them?
Me. I'll execute them all.
Okay.
It will be bad for them, and even if you don't do that, it will just basically mean that their houses are full of shit. They will turn on you for anything. I would assume reputation also means something to them.
It depends on if they're like. I mean, if all four of them are equally guilty and they all just look at each other and shrug, then they're the law to themselves. But we can tell them, you know, you want this ghost problem solved, you're going to have to help solve it.
Are you capable of making a ghost problem bigger?
I mean, I wouldn't. That's quite literally against his religion.
This is where Graham just slides me a card of somebody he knows who can do this, and he'll look the other way.
No.
No, he's not. All right. We can, I guess, talk to him if we're at a
I mean, I've got not much else.
Okay. You're going to go speak to the representatives?
If they're available now.
Yeah, we can just lay everything out.
Okay. Well, you're in the neighborhood for doing that. You're very close to the C Tower. So you head to the C Tower to speak with the representatives then?
Might as well, and I need to use the bathroom.
Okay. As you make your way to the C Tower, you are let in. You've been there for the couple of days, so the guards are aware of who you are. At the tower, you enter into the chamber where the representatives have kind of set up. You see the faces of Galtrack Bitterbane, Forbin Silverbelt, Darusa Frost River, and Sylvinia Underforge.
Okay, so out of character, remind me. They didn't tell us about the turning. We found that out on our own, right? I just want to make sure I remember this right.
The turning?
Yeah, the ghost told us. They didn't tell us.
Oh, and that the he had his Battlesworn break their oath.
That they backstabbed him.
Yes, they did not tell you that.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure that I was remembering that right. I thought the ghost had told us, but I wasn't sure. All right.
Yeah, the ghost is the one who informed you of what happened.
Okay.
So, you enter in. You see them kind of all staring at you. They're all seated. They have the empty seat of the Emberborn, who is not there. The older member, Bitterbane, speaks to you first. Have you solved the ghost problem?
The ghost problem is going to require the assistance of those present, the four of you.
Uh-huh. I believe we brought you in to resolve this issue in return for us showing leniency for your associate.
So, what is the punishment for turning on someone you've sworn an oath to?
They kind of look to each other. You mean old clan law? I mean, could be a lot of things. Could be death. Is there some reason for this, you're asking? Also, I'm hearing somebody talking in the background.
I feel like we need like Graham in this one.
Yeah, I'm hearing somebody talking in the background from like a.
I'm
hearing like.
Anything. I don't know. I've been hearing weird things. So.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're hearing things, Ian.
I feel like we need Graham for this part, but I know Can we just simulate that Graham's here?
I mean, Graham's there. He's just not speaking.
I literally just said I was going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that.
I'll try not to have biological fun next time.
Basically, I asked them what's the penalty for turning on your battle sworn in the old clan laws, and they said death. Basically, is like where are you getting at? And that's
Okay.
where I guess we needed you to intervene, so we kind of
All
stalled.
right. So Graham will point at each of the representatives, and like when he points to Galtric Bitterbane, he says Balin Bitterbane. He points to Vorben Silverbelt, Cinder Silverbelt. Points to Sylvana Underforge, says Uldric Underforge. Points to Desert of Frost River, says Philia Frost River. And then he points at the empty chair and he says, and the representative of the murdered Morgan Emberborn.
Yep. So that would be.
Those names mean anything to you, four?
They sound like our ancestors, if they have our last names.
I've done some digging, and I found the root of your haunting. Morgan Emberborn was betrayed by his battle-sworn brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That was your ancestors, each of you.
At this point, they all kind of look to each other. Does anybody speak Dwarven?
Swear to God, my languages move on my character sheet. I don't think I do, though.
I do not, unless it matches Gnomish or Elvish in some kind of dialect. No,
It does not. Does Fiffle speak Dwarven at all? Dwarven.
Check. I don't think so. Bibble's not very smart.
put a posting on the board. Need someone who speaks Dwarven.
You do not understand what they are all saying, but there's kind of some harsh whispering. You can tell that it is Dwarven, but you do not know what they are actually talking about. This goes on for about a minute, at which point they turn back to the Bitterbane representative. All right, our ancestors broke a battle sworn oath. Does this got rid of the ghost problem then?
Well, no, that's where you come in, because that's a pretty dire crime to go unanswered for hundreds of years.
I suppose it would be. Maybe 1,000 years ago. But Viderheim hasn't operated with those laws since the Arwellan Empire invaded.
Sure, but do you not see the connection there? If you can simply change sides and take the part of the winner and change the laws so you're not subject to the betrayal you just conducted to win, then what good's the law? My question is, do you want this ghost problem fixed? Because it's going to take more than doing some digging. It's going to take work on your parts. And I'll help you. I'm more than willing to. It's my job. This is about more than political points.
And what is it you would like from us?
Well, for starters, I think clemency is first and foremost for Sathara. I think you'd agree the magnitude of her crime is somewhat relative now.
You know what? I've heard enough of this. You are all released from this. We'll get some additional ghost hunters. I will sign Sathara's death warrant this afternoon.
Do you really think that's going to work? And Graham just tenses his fingers and leans forward. I'm serious. This is a 1,000-year grudge. Ghost hunters can't fix this. If they could, they would have already, and you know it. I don't care about your reputations. You can do what you want with that. But if you can ask me to help with a ghost problem, and I'm here to help you, it's not my fault you don't like the truth.
Graham, give me a persuasion roll, please.
Time to roll a 2. Oop, that's that's perception. That's different.
You can see him very well. So, 1,000-year grudge, but I'm sure we can find somebody who can resolve
Oh yeah,
this
you're
issue.
sure? What makes you so sure? How many years of ghost college did you do?
How old do these gnomes live, by the way? Just out of character.
Dwarves live
Or
like
dwarves, my bad.
600 years.
And how old are they?
The ones in front of you are probably a good, like, Bitterbane is probably 350 years old. Silverbelt is pushing 500.
Okay.
Frost River she's about 300 years, 250 to 300. And Underforge, she's the youngest. You suspect her to be probably like 50 to 60 years old.
So I'll bring that up. So I'll ask the oldest of six. You're pushing 500 years. You're nearing the end of your pretty long lifeline or lifetime.
I
And you've
am,
had this
yes.
ghost for how long? And you still haven't found someone to get rid of him? And you laugh at him and sign a death warrant for execution with the answer right in your face. You can't run away from the problem forever.
The ghost issue has persisted for some years, but it's only in recent times become more difficult for us to sort.
Don't you feel it's going to get even more difficult, specifically as you reach the end of your life?
That's true. It could become more difficult.
Then it will go
Maybe more
better.
beneficial than perhaps to hedge our bets and simply hire additional ghost hunters to resolve this problem and keep them on as
And then
additional resources.
it will transfer to your children and their
The
children.
the issue isn't strictly family based though. It's based out of the cemetery.
Yes, the Viderheim cemetery. It's your
Where,
plot.
yeah,
It's the Duke's lands. Now, I told you I'm not interested in putting public shame on your names, but if you're not going to do the right thing, you leave me no other choice.
You perhaps are not quite understanding. Everybody, when the Arwellans came, sinned against Viderheim. Our ancestors breaking a battle-sworn oath isn't really anything that causes us terribly much difficulty.
Can I insight that?
Yes, go ahead.
I also would like to insight that.
Go ahead.
Hate these fucking dice. Nice.
Yeah, Otto, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth. This is 1,000 years old. People do live a long time, but still, that's something that has really fallen out of memory.
All right. Well, let me tell you this. I'll inform the Duke of exactly what caused this haunting, and when people get hurt, it will be your names on the line, not your ancestors, because you're the ones who washed your hands of it and said that it's not your problem anymore.
Bitterbane speaks up. Very good. Please inform the Duke. And she just kind of writes out her note. Here's Sithara's death warrant. Could you please hand it to him at the same time?
Yeah. Guess I'll insight that again.
Okay. You get the feeling this guy's politically powerful to the point where he is not concerned about this.
Okay. How does, what's her face, the youngest one, look in the middle of all this?
Give me an insight check on her, just to be safe. Yeah, she doesn't look terribly happy with you.
Great. Graham will take the executioner and say, whatever comes next, when I hand this over, will be on you. Remember that. Because it's not about life, it's about what comes next, and you're going to find that out the way you had a chance to avoid.
Oh, trust me, I am well aware, and I will long outlast you.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with me. You're carrying your own sins on your back. I've been trying to impress upon you the seriousness of this. You think it's an inconvenience that a ghost shows up once a year. You have no idea what's coming.
then bring it.
I keep telling you, it's not me.
Deliver the order if you desire.
What I desire is some reasonable people to work with, but if this is the best that your clan has to offer, then this will have to do, won't it?
At this point, Underforge speaks up. Why don't we delay on delivering any execution orders at this moment? The ghost hunters here that we've hired are obviously trying their best. Perhaps they simply need to approach the graveyard one more time and resolve this permanently. And then we can discuss foregoing any executions.
Well, my responsibility is to the wronged party in this, so I'll be there whether you want me to or not. So I will try to make sure none of them get themselves killed as a final kindness.
The Silverbell speaks up. The spirit that haunts that graveyard, he has not actually caused any issue for our clansmen. He's not hurt any members of the dwarven people, and really hasn't even caused any true issue for others. It's merely one that possibly could occur in the future.
Do you not understand that that's exactly what's going to happen? The truth is out, and you are given the choice right here, right now, to make it right or turn away, and you are turning away.
Well,
The spirits will know, and the spirits will answer. This is not a threat. This is how they work. This is what they do.
I suppose we could perhaps... Well, I would say maybe if you can resolve this issue. Otherwise, we do have alternative methods that we might need to turn to. Ultimately, we may be forced to find somebody who could perhaps bind the spirit, at which point we could lock it away permanently.
So out of character, I have no idea how we were supposed to navigate that if she's pissed off with the resolution. Like
She's throwing you a lifeline to just go to the graveyard and resolve this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, as whatever the quote-unquote intended fix was. Like, I genuinely don't know.
The intended fix...
Cause a haunting, Graham. Cause a haunting.
Yeah, I'm giving you a little more, like, there's a lot of leeway in this of the way you can, like, kind of resolve this. But I will tell you right now that the representatives here are not going to really be able to help you. They are stuck in their ways, and they do not want to budge from their position.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's go to the graveyard.
Do you want me to put your cold coffee in the fridge?
No, I'll grab it.
At this
back.
Okay. At this point, Sylvina Underforge kind of comes up to you as you're leaving. Quick word.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Honestly, I don't know because this is out of care. I have no clue because I know we looked up the law and the spiritual ramifications of it.
All right. Do you tell her that you looked it up?
Yeah, we basically researched everything after speaking with the ghost.
Okay.
Who named them specifically.
Look, that hasn't mattered for 1,000 years. You're coming to us with shit that no one cares about anymore. All right, look, I'm trying to help you here. I don't want your friend to die. But I put myself on the line for you all. I want you to understand that. And now I have to deal with the blowback from this. I could get recalled by my clan, and they're going to be a new representative, and I'm going to be stuck at some fucking toll booth for the rest of my goddamn life. So, here's what you do. Go to the graveyard. Get the ghost to go away. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. I gotta go and smooth over a lot of bullshit right now. Like, really, understand, I'm trying to help you here.
Let's see what we can do with the ghost.
Like, okay, I'm glad you found out why he's pissed. But that's half the problem. The other half is making sure that why he's angry gets smoothed over. It's all politics. Can you do that? Because Viderheim there really did just sign the death warrant right in front of me, dwarven runes and all.
Anyway, let's go to the graveyard.
Okay. At this point, it's getting kind of late in the day. It's about 5 p.m., so the sun is down below the horizon.
I assume he's in the same general area.
Yeah. There's really nobody in the graveyard at this point. It's pretty empty. You do see a few people tending to grave sites who actually work there, but most visitors have cleared out. It is quiet. There's nice, freshly fallen snow, kind of all over, with some of the paths having been shoveled away. It's eerily peaceful.
Too quiet. Moments before a haunting. Let's see. Is he gonna talk to us like regularly, or do we need Grams to speak with that?
Well, make a perception check to see if you can even determine where he is.
Well, once it lets me click it.
Okay. You're in the general area where you last saw him. If you expend a charge of divine sense, you would be able to pinpoint his location.
I will do that. I have 4 though.
As you do that and you approach the area, you can definitely feel the presence of him here. It is a lot colder. There is no wind in the area, and it is almost like you are stepping into an area of perfect stillness. The ghost is manifesting very heavily here. You see him appear before you. He's speaking in his language. He's saying to you, "The Battlesworn broke their oath to me. Why did they do it?"
Probably for money.
I will summarize what the Dwarven Council told us to him. I will note that this is their ancestors, and as it is as they have, I guess, been told over like, I guess, a generation or two.
It'd be like 2, yeah. No, I care not for their kin. It is them who have wronged me. I do not wish to cause trouble for their clans. It is not their clans that have sinned against me, it is them. I want to know why they did it. I want to rectify this. I want this situation to be made whole. I was killed. I asked for a trial by combat, and I was struck down by the Orwellans. Murdered by a group of them.
Isn't what they told us? Basically, what he wanted to know why?
You told me who, but I know who. I want to know why, and I want it to be made. I want it to be whole.
They told us why, and I just told him why, but he just goes in a circle. If I'm remembering right.
You told me that they sinned against me, but I knew that. What was their reason? What was their motive for it? He kind of reaches out a spectral hand. Take my hand.
Okay. Assuming I'm not gonna get freaking aged by 80 years like last time.
Do you put your hand in his hand?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. As he kind of grasps on, you can feel very strong hand just kind of like gripping yours. Not painful, but enough that you definitely couldn't like pull out unless you really gave it a good like effort. And a swirl of snow kind of wraps around all of you, and in an instant you find yourself kind of, you believe you're actually in the same location, but you can see that there's a long hall, like a very stretched out building directly in front of you, and you do not see any graveyard, you do not see any mausoleums, any sites where people have been buried.
I want to locate, I guess, them. I'm assuming this is how he remembers it.
Yep. So you are. Well, how would you like to locate them?
Do I see any dwarves or any Arwellan soldiers or anything? Anything that matches where they were at the point of like he was
Make
betrayed.
a perception check. Okay. When you look out, you don't really see too much. As you look out past the hill down to the city, it is vastly less developed. There are no large buildings. The curtain wall that surrounds the city is actually only partially built. The majority of it is just these kind of like short, basically kind of like houses that are partially sunk into the ground. You see some fishing boats, a kind of pier. And you do see that there are some very large, well-built warships, very old style. They have a nice kind of like ram in the front of them, and they are painted with the colors and the symbology that would indicate that they are Arwellan. You see a number of people kind of milling about down below, a lot of dwarves, some elves, humans, and you do see a number of Arwellan soldiers who are dressed in this very nice bronze armor with spears. They look very formidable, but the people you're looking for exactly, you don't even know what they look like, so you're not sure how to find them.
Jesus. So does it look like there's conflict imminent at this point? Is that what I'm seeing?
From what you can see, it looks like the village, the old Vaxfall has been pacified, but you do notice that there are a large number of gallows set up. This is really all you can see. You'd have to investigate further to get a better idea of the situation.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't see anybody in the gallows yet, right? It's just set up?
Just set up, yep.
I'll go investigate. I assume I cannot interact with this.
It definitely is like a faded memory is the way you would kind of think of it, or almost a dream, in that you are not seeing it precisely as is.
Okay. I'll go investigate.
How would you like to investigate it?
I will see where they're keeping. Well, I'll see if the gallows were recently used. I'm assuming not if they're freshly set up. Are they set up for what height? What
Um, Definitely looks to be dwarf height.
That's what I thought. Do I see where the prisoners might be that they're going to execute, or any of the, I guess, wow, I was going to call them Valerian soldiers.
um,
Any of the soldiers or any of the people like the turncoats or anyone who betrayed their allies just to survive? Like if they're broken up into like sections like that.
you don't see them in the immediate area.
Do I see any area that might be where they are?
Make a perception check.
I'm getting less perceptive.
You don't really see anything. While you're kind of looking around, one of the Arwellan soldiers bumps into you. You actually feel like the impact on your shoulder. He turns and he just kind of says something to you in Old Arwellan. You can't understand, and he kind of flips you off.
Interesting. I thought I couldn't like really interact with this. Uh,
While this is going on, you can see a younger dwarf who has a kind of satchel over his back. You can see this full of vellum scrolls, and he's kind of like dashing down the street. And he kind of goes to one of the soldiers and he hands the commander a scroll. She kind of unscrolls it, like unrolls it, kind of looks over it, says some speech in Old Arwellan you're not able to really understand.
Graham
And
is there. Can he translate it? Or is it just
yep, Graham, you don't understand Old Arwellan. So she's saying the in essence, she is saying that the prisoner's request is being processed and that the orders from the actual command are to give him his freedom if he is able to successfully go through his trial by combat. And she notes at the bottom, he is not to succeed in his trial by combat. She kind of puts up the scroll again, and she starts speaking to the dwarven messenger. And she hands him some scrolls, and she says, bring these to the various clans. They will resolve this situation for me. Be quick, or you will hang as well. Point the dwarven messenger kind of like, ugh, and he turns on the heels and he like takes off.
We should follow him.
Mm-hmm. See if you can grab a copy of one.
Yeah. So that's why they did it. I'm assuming if he would have gotten his trial by combat, he would have succeeded and been free, and the other four would have been executed.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
All right. While you are following this dwarf, he's going, but he's a dwarf, so he's always going to be a little slower. So as long as you're like making sure you're trying to follow behind him, he will be within sight.
I'll randomly hit stealth so I can merge in with the priests.
All right. I believe you're in heavy armor, so I believe.
No, it's an Assassin's Creed joke.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep following him.
Are you being stealthy or not?
Not really. We're just being normal men. We're just normal men leading our normal life.
All right. As the dwarven messenger is kind of running down the street, he's like occasionally peeking over his shoulder. You see him go to one of the Arwellan soldiers and kind of speaks to him. Graham would hear him say, hey, I'm being followed. I have a message from the commander to deliver. I think they're trying to take them. And he points to you.
Graham will reply back in Old Orwellan. We're seeing the mission through to make sure you do it right.
Okay, Graham, give me a deception check for the soldier. Okay, let me roll for the actual soldier. Graham, what is your charisma modifier?
+1.
Okay, the soldier looks at you for a long time, and he just says, I think the mission, the delivery will be okay. You can go about your business. The messenger will be able to deliver without issue.
All right.
We'll just
Turn a corner, send Fiffle.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
You're sending me?
You have to tailgate this dwarf. Well, we go around another way.
Can do.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I? Nope. Never mind.
All right. Fiffle, are you following stealthily or not? Or at all, for that matter?
Stealthily is usually the way.
Okay. Well, that's going to be very difficult for him to beat.
Yeah.
Fiffle, you're able to keep up behind him without any real trouble. You're able to weave between people. You're able to stay out of sight. And you do follow the dwarf, and you see he delivers a message to one of the, like another dwarf. You would actually recognize the kind of clan symbol that the dwarf has around his neck. You had seen it at the representatives meeting. This would be for Clan Bitterbane. The dwarf hands over a scroll, and he starts speaking in Old Arwellan, and all he's speaking, it doesn't really make any sense to you at first, but then you actually begin to understand it very oddly. And he says, message from the Arwellan commander. She thinks that you should read this before you actually fulfill your oaths to the Emberborn. And the dwarf kind of takes the scroll and he unscrolls it. He starts reading it. From where you are, you cannot see what it says. What would you like to do? Fiddle? Right there?
Sorry, I can't see what it says if
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, from where he's standing, you cannot see what is written on the scroll.
He's looking at the scroll?
Yeah. But you're basically like kind of hidden behind and you're looking him face on. He doesn't see you, the messenger doesn't see you, but what is actually written on the scroll is not visible to you from your current position.
Okay. Can I move around him to see what he.
Yes, if you'd like, give me another stealth roll, please. Okay. Yep. Fiddle, you're able to move around, kind of just moving around bags, through barrels, and you're able to get around, and you're able to read it, and you can tell it's an old Arwellan, but you are actually able to read it, funny enough. On it, from where you can see, give me a perception check, because, well, you can make out that it's an old Arwellan. You cannot see the words precisely. Okay, well, squinting your eyes, you take a look at it. It says, Bitterbane, we're aware of your new family. Break your oath. No harm shall come to your kin. Your children will be safe.
Good. Okay.
Bitterbane folds the scroll back, He does not look pleased. Hands to the messenger is like, tell the commander I will not fight for Emberborn. And he sits heavily, just on the ground. He pulls out a little like wine skin, and you can see him just start to like really squeeze it into his mouth. The messenger kind of salutes, and he takes off down the road again. He does eventually stop. He starts to catch his breath, and you just kind of see him leaning against the wall going, whew. He has been running quite a ways. What would you like to do?
Steal one of those parchments if you can.
Parchments?
The orders that he's been given out to the clans.
Oh. You think I should mug this messenger?
Pickpocket him if you could.
Oh, right.
He'll not deliver one, and that'll learn him for pointing out at us.
Yeah, can I sneak up on this guy?
Yes, if you'd like, give me a stealth roll. Okay.
I don't like that new noise it makes.
Yeah, you're able. He is so like. He is so tired and like panting so heavily. He does not notice you like sneaking behind him. You have. You're able to get like directly next to him, and he is not aware of your presence in the slightest.
Well, then I will help myself to his scrolls and parchments and things.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Yeah, you're able to just reach in, and you're able to grab all the scrolls that he had been given, and they are now in your possession.
Yeah. I will slink away.
You slink. As you slink away, he finishes catching his breath, and he takes off down the street again.
Well, good luck, buddy. Piffle thinks to himself.
Fiffle, in your hand, you have 3 scrolls. They are on vellum paper. They're on vellum. They're sealed with a Arwellan stamp.
All right, I'll bring these back. I'm not gonna crack these open in the field here.
Okay. You bring them back to Otto and Graham. You two see Fiffle approaching with 3 large scrolls stuffed under his arm.
All right. Let's open one of them and see if the message is there.
Okay. As you crack open one, you can see that it has written on it, Silverbelt. You have promised to fight on behalf of Morgan Emberborn. You are not to do so. If you break your oath, we can promise you gold, which can be used to heal the damage that has been done to your clan.
Right.
Be smart. Think about what you're trading if you help him versus what you're losing if you don't take the money. How many will starve? Signed, Arwellan Representative.
Right. Pick the other ones and find their reasons for betraying him, I guess.
As you break open the one, it says, Frost River. We're aware that you have old feuds with the Emberborn clan. We ask that you break your oath. If you do so, we can be sure that your clan's honor can be restored. The Emberborn has not been a friend to you. To uphold your oath would be to put you at a disadvantage. Think about what the honor of your clan means, and if you truly wish to trade that for a false friend in Emberborn. and then the representative stamp. And the last one, Underforge. We are aware that you are going to be fighting on behalf of Morgan Emberborn. We ask that you not do so. We cannot provide a reasonable reason for you to break your oath. However, if you do so, we will offer your clan a number of positions within the Arwellin government on Winter Colony. We can ensure that members of your family are elevated to positions of power, judges, representatives, toll keepers, and other government positions that will benefit you greatly. Be smart, break your oath, and then the stamp of the representative.
I just love this. Be smart, break your oath. What
Graham
an
will write all these down on the assumption we can't take the parchments with us, but maybe we can.
Okay.
And Graham will also write down, I assume Fifth will report what happened with the guy who got blackmailed with the threat on his family.
Did Fiffle?
You did, yes.
Okay, good. So yes, you are aware of what was sent out to each of the clan clan members. This would be before the representatives were actually selected.
All right, let's go back to the graveyard, I guess.
Go inform
Or, well, the future graveyard.
Yeah. You head back out of the kind of like little fishing village that is Vaxfall, and will eventually become like the actual capital. My dog just poked me. Sorry. You head up the hill and
Eldritch Blast the guard has told me to flip off. Just kidding.
you head up. There is a wooden kind of wall that has been erected around it. You can see that the gate has been busted open. Definitely looks like it has been smashed open through some sort of battering ram or other siege equipment. As you head up to the long hall, you can see, now that you're closer, that there are a number of Arwellan guards around it. The door to the long hall has been shut, and you can see that some iron bars have been placed across it to prevent it from opening unless it's open from outside. What would you all like to do?
Well,
I'd like to go back to the present, but I feel like we need to talk to this guy in the past and tell him why he's going to be betrayed.
yeah, I was going to say we can go there and wait for the honor duel to start or something.
I don't think a duel ever happened. I think he was just murdered before it happened.
Well, it happened.
I think what happened is he was supposed to have a fighting party with him as part of his fight, and then they all just bowed out.
Okay. Just as bad.
So
Worse, actually.
Graham's thought is to wait for the thing and then do a dramatic reveal.
Okay. So you just kind of wait outside the longhouse?
Wait for
Unless there's something else going on that we can tell.
It's really just, you see like some guards around. The longhouse itself is very old style of the actual longhouses. They are no longer built, except few of them do survive to this day, but definitely have been renovated. This is one that is absolutely how it was built 1,000 years ago. There are some windows kind of along the side. Most of them have been shut. You do see a number of like kind of round windows up above that get a little bit of light through, that are less like kind of shuttered and barred.
Let's check those out. Maybe we can see the guy waiting for his fight.
Okay, which ones would you like to check out?
Probably the barred ones, honestly.
Okay. You
'Cause
kind of make
that's
your
where they would have a prisoner.
All right, so you kind of make your way around to like the kind of ground floor of. Yeah, you can see that they've all been kind of shuttered, and some iron bars have been run across the windows, but they don't look particularly well put on. From what you can see, it looks like it was very ad hoc and added very quickly to make this building into a prison.
Okay. Is there any place where it seems like that's where they would concentrate the prisoners? Like more of the barred ones are on that side?
They actually all look to be barred from just like what you can see. With the exception of the kind of like higher round windows, which aren't barred, and mostly benefit from the fact that they are facing the guards themselves on the front. But from what you can tell, this entire building has been set up to be a like prison to actually put prisoners.
Fiffle, see if you can find our ghost so we can talk to him. Graham will look around the ground floor windows where we can.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll pay attention to like maybe the changing of the guard, if like when they go in and out, so we can sneak in.
Okay.
I'll look for the ghost.
Yeah. So Fiffle, from what you can see, because I'm assuming all three of you are together, there are a number of small windows, halfling size, so you'll be able to flit through, that have kind of iron bars running across. And this is on both sides. There is one single door that would let you in, but that one has also been barred and has a number of guards around it. You saw 4 of them. And you can see that there is a larger round window on the front where light goes in. It's much bigger. It would let in an actual like medium-sized creature. It does not have any bars on it, but it is up higher and would require climbing to actually get to it.
How high? What if I lift Fiffle up?
It is approximately 15 feet off the ground.
Otto's like 6'2", so if I pick Fiffle up, and if it helps his DC to climb up there.
Yeah, Fiffle, if you wanted to climb up. So the actual round window is like directly in front of the building. It is immediately above the door that is being guarded. But from what you can see with like the sloped roofs, Fiffle could like possibly climb onto the roof and then make his way along the top and kind of drop down into the window that way. So if you would like, Fiffle, make an athletics check with advantage, as Otto is assisting you.
Let's do it.
I'm just like, otherwise I just pick him up and throw him on the roof.
You try that too.
Make a lot of noise, I think.
Well, Fiffle,
Nice.
it doesn't matter because you're able to, you're not even sure you really need Otto's help, but you just like,
I think I needed Otto's help.
this is very much like cheerleading routine, as Otto's able to like lift you up with like you standing on one hand, and from there you're able to like kind of jump off and onto the roof, and you're able to clamber up without any issue whatsoever.
Right.
So you're able to see, you're on these kind of like tiled roof. It's a kind of like a wooden tile, but you're able to climb up without any real trouble, and you find yourself directly on like the main beam running across the center.
Okay. I'm gonna set up my cards and off to the side a little bit, and we can pretend we're playing games. This way, Graham and I don't draw attention.
Okay.
Makeshift table, playing cards here. I have become paranoid. Thank you, Graham.
All right, Fiffle. So you're on the beam of the building. What would you like to do?
So I'm trying to get in this window that's down below here.
Yeah. The window, it would go down about 5 feet from where you are. There are guards directly underneath it.
Cool. I will very, very carefully let myself down to the window.
Okay, just give me an athletics to lower yourself down.
Uh-huh. This is where I fall and die. Can I quick save?
Sadly, this does not have quick save.
Well, there goes nothing. Hey.
We have rewind.
So you're able to climb down carefully and get to this kind of round window. There's a little there are some wooden bars on it, but more for structural support rather than blocking any entrance. And because you're small, you're able to fit through it no problem. And so you're able to kind of squeeze through and find yourself looking into this long hall. You can see that there's a large table set up in the center, a number of chairs and benches around it. And you can see at the head of the table, this one chair, you can see this kind of dwarf. He is just got his head in hand and resting on the table, and he doesn't notice you, but he's the only person you can see in the building.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Who was I supposed to track down?
The ghost.
Well, he was alive back then, but
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like a flashback.
You could, well, it's very clear that the dwarf sitting at the head of the table is your ghost, just more in the flesh than you remember.
All right. I remember him being a ghost. Piffle strokes his chin. Okay. I've located the target. I don't really have any further orders.
uh,
His options. I could immobilize the target. I could rob the target.
Drop the parchments into his cell.
Okay. Piffle senses that Graham wants him to drop the parchments into his cell.
This whole building is his cell in essence, but yeah.
To his
drop it, like toss it near him.
yeah, so I'm going to I don't know. Sort of behind him and to the left, I'm going to gently place the parchments, and then I'm going to hide, and then I'm going to toss a small stone in the direction of the parchments so that he goes, well, what's that? Oh, look, some damning intelligence.
Treachery.
Okay. Biffle, give me a sleight of hand to place the items without him noticing, and then give me a stealth check to hide.
You sneaky stuff.
Okay. All right. You are able to place the parchments next to him. While you do so, he kind of looks almost to where you are, and for a brief moment, you think he actually sees you. But you're able to actually place the. Actually, I gotta check one thing now that I say that. Just to be sure. Yeah. Yeah, he does not see you place down the parchments, although you think he's pretty close to it. And then you're able to hide. You go ahead, you toss a little like stone towards them.
Yes.
As you do so, he kind of like looks around and he looks down to where the stone hit. And he sees some parchments he did not see before. And he picks them up and he investigates like the broken seal on them. He's like looking around the room. And he opens one up. And he just slams on the table. And he opens the other one. And the third, and he just throws them all, and he just rips them up, and just you start hearing him like rage. Just hearing him say like, "Cowards, oathbreakers! They would never cross me. They would never. My battle-sworn brothers would never break their oath to me. Fool the Orwellans to think that they would actually consider their proposal. Graham, Otto, you see a number of soldiers, including the commander, marching up the hill towards the longhouse.
Uh, uh,
They are about 300 feet away.
are we in a safe area? Like we're okay to be in this area?
You're not really sure?
We are looking nonchalant, right? We're just playing cards like off to the sides, like not really close to the. That's where I want it to be, like off to the side, like
Yeah,
not
you're off to the
anywhere near.
side.
Yeah, we're not. I wouldn't. Yeah, when I said we were playing cards, like off, like in an area where we're not
Gotcha.
in like. I guess
Graham, can you give me...
if I was authority, I would not want to be. I would want to be far away enough where I wouldn't draw their attention. That's how I was thinking where we set up.
Yeah. If you'd like, Graham and Otto, you can both make religion checks.
What the heck is it?
Okay.
Someday. I clicked it.
All right.
I'll click it again.
Graham, this is very odd for you, but you've kind of got the idea that while the echoes here are aware of you, how they're actually interpreting you is very strange. That one soldier thought of you as a soldier. You seem to be partially here and not here.
Could we... I have no idea if this would work. Could we try to act as his seconds?
You could try.
Act as a what? You got kind of cut off.
Like, act as his battle sworn in place of the guys who betrayed him?
Yeah, if we want to.
The soldiers are approaching the door. The commander, you can hear. She says to the soldiers guarding it, "Open up. We're here for the we're here for the duel." The guards kind of like take a little large key and they like insert it into the lock and they turn it and the door opens up. And she and the soldiers march in. Fiffle, you see some soldiers like walk in. The commander, she is in her very nice bronze armor. They're all wielding spears, and you hear her say, well, Emberborn. It seems your battle-sworn brothers will not be joining you, so unless you can acquire some additional people who will be able to assist during this duel, I fear we'll be starting this in the next few minutes. It will be you versus myself and the soldiers here.
How many soldiers do they have?
It would be 5, including her.
Graham will look at Otto and nod and start moving towards them.
Yeah, I too will.
And Graham will say, we will be Emberborn's seconds for this battle.
The commander turns and looks at you and almost seems like she recognizes you and like she's trying to piece it together. And she's like, Emberborn, these are your battle sworn? And he looks at you and, yes. Yes, they are. Very well then. Take your place by his side. There are 3 total. She points to Emberborn, Otto, and Graham.
Does Fiffle have time to slink in back and say, plus me?
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah. I mean, you're in the building.
He appears in the flourish of smoke. He's like, I'm here too.
Biffle just kind of like steps out from behind Graham, like as if he were always there.
And Fiffle was there.
Very good. Thor versus us. We will begin the duel in just a moment. Doop.
Do, 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 do. Do,
Yeah.
do, do.
So you see Emberborn kind of usher you towards himself. All right. I don't know who you are, but I do appreciate the fact you've come to help me. It looks like my actual battle sworn have broken their oath. I am in a bad situation. Do we have a strategy here before they actually, attempt to kill us?
Can Graham make a history check about how our old Orwellans fight?
Yes, go ahead. All right.
18.
Graham, you know that the old Orwellans would utilize a special formation where they would have a line of soldiers in the front who would support each other. They would have an officer in the back who would be able to kind of direct them and provide additional support with either spear or sword or possibly sometimes with javelin or arrow. And they would also enjoy typically having a mage in the back, maybe not like super well trained, but enough to provide some magic support for them as well.
Okay.
Have we identified the mage?
You highly suspect it is this guy here.
Oh, hang on. It just like loaded for me.
Uh,
Which one is it?
Graham
The
is
one in
gonna
the tarmac.
say,
This one right
Yep.
here? Okay.
the front wall is gonna try to keep us from their officer and their mage in support. Fiffle, you're gonna go around and try to take out whichever one of them is the best opportunity, probably the mage.
Okay.
Otto, you try to tie up the front. I'll try to keep them all down and keep us up.
Where the heck are we? Okay. I was like, for some reason I was thinking left and right. I
And
don't see-
Otto, what weapon are you using? Sword, shield, or halberd?
Sword and shield.
Okay. You hear the commander from the middle. All right. We'll be beginning the duel. Of course, it is to the death. Last one standing wins. She signals for the soldier, and I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Hang on while I click myself 500 times. Okay. When was the last time we combated? God dang
It's
it.
been a little while.
Oh, hooray. Somebody rode worse than me. This makes me so happy.
Story of my life.
Yay, 2 people rode worse than me, and then one of them is I didn't want to rode worse than me.
All right, Fiffle, you are first on the draw.
For sure. Okay, so what is this? Not good at all. Okay. Piffle goes first.
Mm-hmm.
This map. Okay, I see there are some walls,
Yep.
some other stuff.
Yeah,
I'm assuming these are beams.
yeah, those are beams that are running across the top. They are about like 12 feet above you.
Okay. Can I climb?
If you'd like, there are like columns right here and here.
I'd like to try to climb up one of those columns and get on the beams.
Okay.
Which one's, I think this is like marginally closer.
All right. And yeah, so that's about 12 feet up, and I don't believe you have a climbing speed, so it's going to be double movement to actually climb.
Might not be the best thing for Piffle to do.
Can you do like a quick hide and geek the mage?
Yeah, it's just where am I going to do that is the question.
What is
Yeah,
that?
you're right. I don't have any particular ability to do that, so it's not going to be good. What is this crap over here?
That's like a fire pit. It is not lit currently.
I will sort of work my way along the other side of this fire pit.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, over here or something. And which of these guys is the mage?
The one on the far back, who looks like a centurion.
That makes, yeah, okay.
Roman Centurion.
Okay, you do have a clear line of sight to him.
I will first bonus action hide, and then I will attack him.
Okay. I will warn you that you currently, like, they saw you walk over there,
Yeah,
and so you hiding, they are going to know exactly where you are.
well. Well, if they saw me walk over there, I guess there's nothing I can do about it.
And there's also, right now from where you are, there's really nowhere to hide behind. It's pretty open.
I climb into the fire pit.
You certainly could if you'd like.
I feel like
Would that help?
That's an idea.
How deep is this fire pit?
It's not terribly deep. Like, it sinks in a few inches, and there's some, like, wood piled up in the middle, but for the most part, this is not, like, something you could actually, like... This is something a regular-sized human could look over and say, there's a halfling.
Well, in that case, Piffle makes a ranged attack against the mage.
Okay? And I believe you're an assassin, so you do get the benefit from your actual assassinating
By
ability.
my initiative, that's true. I do get that on this one. Okay. That's always nice.
So if I recall correctly, you...
I never got a short bow +1 on this guy. Still a regular short bow, huh?
I thought you did, but
I thought you did too.
you
I got
need
a sword
to...
+1.
I do believe you had some magic items, but I don't know if you ever actually, like, identified them or used them.
Put that on the two.
Wrote down the sword twice for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what we got. Pew. Yeah,
Okay.
Pew.
What does your assassinate ability do exactly? I know it can do a
Oh
few
wait, I can
things.
do advantage actually.
Yeah.
So, I should roll that again.
Okay, a 17.
Just
Yeah,
advantage and auto crit. Hold on, let me make sure we're doing this right.
you shoot the arrow, and the mage holds up his shield, and it sinks into, like, the top of it.
Yeah, advantage and auto crit, but I did not hit, so no matter.
Okay.
Piffle frowns and tries to hide behind firewood badly.
Okay. All right. Graham, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Graham is going to move up 5, 10, 15 to here.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Light on the mage.
Okay.
4th level spell.
All right. So he
so
is
he
going to
needs
need
to
to make
make
a con
Con
save.
save of 18.
He is going to do his best. He is not going to do very well.
Okay, so he's going to take 8d8 necrotic.
Roger that.
31.
That's a lot of damage. Okay, let me bring up my calculator to make sure I'm not going to screw the calculations up. Yeah, that was pretty rough for him. He's not looking great. Like he's not on his last legs, but you definitely know that as that like energy bursts out of his body and like flows out from the actual gaps in his armor, you can see him kind of double over for a second and use his like I think he has a spear. He uses his spear to like hold himself up before he's able to right himself.
Okay. And I think that'll be Graham's turn.
Okay. All right, the Legionnaire officer, she has a longbow. You see her kind of like pull out an arrow, knock it, and she shoots at you, Graham.
Okay.
And bloop. 25 hit, I'm
Yep.
assuming. For 12 piercing and 13 poison damage as you feel this like arrow sink in, and you realize that she has applied some sort of horrifying poison to it.
Okay.
And then she's going to aim at Fiffle, and she's going to shoot her longbow at him. Does a 15 hit?
Does a 15 hit Piffle? I think it does.
Yeah, what's your AC there?
Yeah, it's
Fiffle?
15.
Okay. And so you're going to take 11 piercing damage and 9 poison damage as you can feel like this poison coursing through your veins. And you can see she gives like a rather wicked smile as she sees like both arrows hit and like the poison start to just like do their work.
Oh, great.
All right. Legionnaire Mage. He's not looking great. You can see him kind of like he drops a spear. It kind of like rests on his shoulder, and you can see him kind of working his hand, casting his magic. And he is gonna cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
So let me just So it's a 5-foot cube centered. Where's my stupid drawer thing? He's going to drop this right in the middle. Yeah, you can only get... Yeah, he's going to put it right there in between. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. And so there's no save on that guy. Oh no, you're going to take 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
As the mage kind of like, you see like these kind of magical flying daggers just like spinning in the air around you, cutting into your body. Let's see here. Yep. All right. Well, Otto, you are up.
Do his daggers also impede his vision of me?
No, they do not. They are spectral, so they're able to see through it without any real trouble.
I want to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
The mage. It's been a while. I gotta find this. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Both of your shots go wide.
I hate this game.
Can you move up front near Graham so I don't get
Yeah,
by
I was
the...
me too. I was paying too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're able to work your way out from his actual dagger cloud.
Yep. And I'm just checking something here real quick before. I will shoot a face myself.
Okay. Put a little bloop on you so we're aware. That ups your AC by 2.
Yep.
Okay.
23 now.
23. Okay. All right. We're going to go on to Legionnaire. So we're going to be starting left to right. Yeah. Oh, and actually, you know what? I should have done something. So yeah, as you run in, I would say you have shielded your faith of self at the exact same time you moved into the line of the Legionnaires.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm assuming opportunity attacks.
Yeah. So you can see Wow, yeah, as you go into the center, so they're all going to make that, but... So you just see, as you approach, they are well-trained. So they start, so the one left to right, he's going to hit. But he's able to, he goes a little wide, so the one in the middle stabs at you. Your Shield of Faith, you can see like the magic around you that you put on you actually like causes this spear to just deflect a little bit off the side. You were sure it would hit otherwise. And then the third one, he goes wide as his friend's spear, as it slides off of yours, it hits him and deflects it entirely. But so they attempted to like stab at you as you approached, but now they're actually going to do their turn. So, the first one on the left, he is going to start to stab you. So he's going to take his spear, he like flips it in his arm, and he's like stabbing down towards you. So he's going to make a stab and another stab, but you're able to avoid them. And then he takes his shield and he attempts to like slam it into you, but you're able to deflect it as well. The other two, they're going to just stab. The second spear actually does manage to get through your Shield of Faith, and it just deals 10 piercing damage as it like sinks through. And Shield of Faith concentration.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a con save, please.
Once God dang it. It's been so long I forgot that I had the thing minimized.
We haven't played in a while, yeah. Or more accurately, we haven't even like done a fight in a little while. All right, but you're able to maintain concentration. You don't have to worry about actually, like, you're able to keep your Shield of Faith up. And the one in the center, he's going to try and bash you with his shield. Which he does. Dealing 9 bludgeoning damage. Give me another con save, please. You're fine, yeah. It hurts, but also, can you give me a strength save, please?
That's also a 25. 24, my bad.
Yep. The shield knocks into you hard, but you're able to maintain your balance as this guy is attempting to knock you over. And then the last Legionnaire is going to make his spear attacks against you. He misses, and he's going to attempt to bash you with the shield as well, also missing. So you're able to hold the line. They look a little perturbed, and you actually look relatively good. Your armor is a lot better than theirs, especially because it's 1,000 years older and more refined. But after that, it is Morgan Emberburn's turn. So he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What's his actual movement?
What is he, by the way? I mean, not that we control him. I'm just kind of curious.
He's a guy.
He's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Just a regular man.
I forgot to put down his speed. You know what? He's going to pump them dwarven legs, and he's going to move forward 30.
He's got adrenaline full of anger.
All right. He is going to focus on the one in the middle and attempt to break that. And yeah, so he's going to take this large battle axe out, and he's going to double hand it. And he's going to swing at this guy in the center. Hitting, dealing 9 slashing damage. And he's going to swing again. The second one, however, misses, and as the guy is able to get his shield up in time. Fiffle, you're up. Jeremy?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see.
Get that rage. Make him DED dead.
I will maintain range. How many of these count as being engaged by auto for sneak attack? Like these,
The three in
guys?
the three in the center are like all three are directly next to him. are adjacent to him, so you would be able to get the bonus of sneak attack from that.
All right, I'll attempt to shoot an arrow at that one.
Okay. At the one in the center?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not able to get through his armor.
So much for the +8. And there's nowhere to hide.
Well, there's nowhere to hide from where you directly are.
Run around. Climbing would take like 2 turns.
But there's like a table here, barrels here, barrels here. There's many different.
Is going to.
Are you gonna?
Pickle's gonna bonus action dash
Okay.
and try and squeeze under the table behind them. Like
All right.
over here.
You're able to do so. So we're gonna say you're underneath the table.
Yep.
It's built for medium creatures, so you're able to get under it without too much trouble. Mind you, they did see you go there, but
Guys, like, how am I supposed to shoot him under the table?
Exactly. Now they're gonna be distracted. You see.
yeah.
They're like, there's a halfling under that table. What do I do now?
All right. Graham, you're up.
All right.
Graham is going to cast Spirit Guardians at 5th level.
Okay, and that is a 15-foot radius around you.
Yep, hang on, I'll
Oh, that's right.
going full on Spirit Microwave.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
And 5.
All right, and they're gonna have to make Constitution saves, I believe.
15.
No, I'm sorry, Wisdom saves.
Yep, and I'm going to make sure they're all in it as I go around the flank here.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the Legionnaires, starting left to right. So they're gonna make Wisdom save. So one makes it. He's gonna take half damage. One does not, and
2 make it.
2 make it. Okay. Give me that damage if you would so kindly.
And it's going to be 5d8 necrotic because I upcasted it, so they'll take 8 for half, or 17 for full.
Okay. So first guy is only going to take 8 damage. But still pretty good, because that's a lot.
And
Middle
so they'll
guy.
take the damage from me walking in and setting it up, and then on their turns they'll also have to roll it again.
Yeah, the middle guy you really messed up because he already got hit. And he did not succeed. All right, now for the officer, she is going to succeed, so she'll only take 8. And the mage is going to fail, so he's going to take a full 17.
Yep.
That's who we really want to piss. Just melt.
Okay.
Can't trust mages.
And she takes only 8.
And I'm within 10 feet of Otto for his aura bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Cool. And
All
then,
right.
All right, that's my turn, and on each of their turns, I think that's...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an action to cast, not a bonus action.
Yeah, it is an action. And yeah, the first time on a turn, or start of its turn, it will have to make the wisdom save. So, did you wish to do anything else, Graham?
Nope. So, on their turns, just have them roll DC 18.
Fails for the officer. Go ahead, give me that damage. Or we could keep using the 17. Although I think you probably want that 18.
So it'll be 18 for full or 9 for half, unless you want me to roll it each time.
No, we're fine. We'll stick with the 18. I think that's a good. I believe that's probably average.
Just
Or-
about, yeah.
Just about. All right, the officer definitely does not look happy. Yeah, she's gonna take out her. She's gonna take her longbow and she's gonna aim at you, Graham, and she's gonna loose an arrow, and the legionnaire that you're directly next to is going to actually like start kind of like bumping you with his shield, giving her advantage on the roll. Now, I don't
Still
believe
misses.
it's 15 hits, and she's going to do again the 25.
That will hit.
Okay, so she's going to hit you. She's going to deal 12 piercing, 12 poison, and you just got to make a Constitution save to maintain concentration.
Okay. That'll be a 14.
Unfortunately, it's plus 24. No, that's half of max, right?
Yeah, it's 10 or half of the damage total, whatever's higher.
You succeed.
Nice.
Barely, but you do succeed.
Otto gives Grandma a phantom high five.
All right. So she's done. We're going to go on to the mage. He is going to make his wisdom save. Oh, and you know what?
He'll take half.
And let me just... Oh, and you know what? I did not account for that, but that's okay. She'll take 9.
At least he's pretty beat up by now.
Okay. And I got to do 2 things because I had forgotten to have him roll concentration. So he is going to do it for... So he's going to do it twice for the first time he got hit and then the second time. So yeah, it doesn't matter. His Cloud of Daggers disappears as he loses concentration from the pain of getting microwaved.
Can he move Cloud of Daggers?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Okay. He's not doing great. He starts to cast and disappears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time to microwave the legionaries. Oh wait, no, Otto first, then legionaries.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let me... Alright, so yes, he has cast invisibility on himself. Otto, you're up.
One second here. I'm just checking something.
Okay.
What the heck is it? That. Can I transfer that and see? I'll put that on the far left one.
This guy here?
Yeah, the far left legionnaire.
Okay. I'll put a little red dot on him so we're aware.
Right, and I'll attack him twice.
Alright.
Oops. Was this the right one? Yeah.
Well, that does hit. For 7 slashing damage. And do you get a little extra damage on that? No. Not on that specific one. It doesn't help that there's Hexblade, Curse, and Curse.
Yeah, trust me.
Alright, so your first hit does strike, and he does take damage, but he's able to like get his shield up in time and block the second sword slash to him.
And I wanted to Divine Smite the first one.
Okay.
I'm like getting... Are we using the new rules?
No, we're not yet.
Okay. Alright, regular Divine Smite. The one... Where is it?
Yeah, we'd have to redo a lot of the character sheet to get that up to stuff.
Stick it and nothing happened.
Okay, there's still an additional 7 damage.
Okay, and... Leave that. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I can't do anything else. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go to Legionnaires. So we're gonna start left to right again. So
Yeah.
Fail, pass, fail.
Fail.
Okay, so 18, 9,
9,
and
18.
18. Okay, let me bring out to me calculator. Okay. All right. The Legionnaire, directly next to you, Graham, he is going to take 2 stabs at you with his spear, so he stabbeth.
As a reaction, I'm going to use shield, so my AC is going to be 24 for the rest of the turn.
Can
Okay.
and I will sentinel him
All right.
once you're done.
Okay.
Or can I do it in the first one and stop his second? I don't know how that works.
I believe you can do it once as a reaction.
Yeah, but I mean, do I have to wait till his turns are done, or like at his first attack?
I guess it doesn't strictly matter. I would say very first attack, just to be safe. It does not succeed.
Biffle, wink at me. That doesn't
Wink.
matter. I don't. Does
He is
that
within
work?
30 feet.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nice.
All right, that does hit for 12 slashing damage. Okay.
And his obviously it's not going to matter, but his speed is now 0.
Yeah. All right. He is going to keep stabbing at you, Graham. Failing.
Misses.
And he's going to attempt to hit you with a shield, which misses. All right. Next Legionnaire in the center, he is going to turn to Otto, and he's going to stab at Otto. Missing. Missing. And he's going to attempt a shield bash, which I believe also misses.
Yep.
And then the one on the right is going to stab at Emberborn. Missing. Actually, that does hit. Dealing 6 piercing damage to him. And then he's going to attempt to bash him, which misses.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I have this. Where is it? Does this? Can I use this, or does it trigger? Where the hell is it? This one.
Let's see here. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can move up to half your speed immediately after the attack. Yeah, so you'd be your sentinel that is considered an opportunity attack for that purpose.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just wondering, do I get that? Like, I don't think I can use it usefully right now.
I mean, yeah, you'd be able to use that.
Yeah, because unless this guy was dead, I don't. Wow, that doesn't work. If he was dead, I could get right in front of this one.
Yeah.
But I don't think 15 feet, right?
It is 15 feet, yeah. You would not be able to sneak around between him and Graham. You'd have to kind of run all the way around currently. You'd be able to go by Emberborn to get from the other side, but it would still be like 5, 10...
Yeah, that's 15. I guess if I go here.
Yeah, you could do it.
All right, I will do that, and I'll just... No, I won't do it because I'll take Graham out of aura range.
Thanks.
All right, no, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about it. Actually, wait, no, if I go past Graham, 1, 2, 3. Oops, switch this around.
Yeah, you...
Would that work?
Yes, I believe that would.
Okay. And I get everybody in my save. Okay, cool.
All right. On to Emberborn. He's going to take his axe. He's going to keep swinging at the guy in the center. Miss. Hit.
Break him in half.
6 slashing. Okay. All right. So yeah, he's done his turn. Fiffle, you're up.
Am I considered engaged to the commander at this point?
Yes, you are adjacent to all the 3 in the app right there.
Piffle just sort of emerges from under the table and takes a shot at this guy here.
Okay, go ahead. 20. That does hit. Go ahead, roll damage. Sneak attack, 17. Yep. And 8 additional.
Piffle then attempts to hide under the table.
All right.
No, if this was Wartail, that probably invokes an opportunity attack on me. For me. Damn crossbowman.
Well, he actually is not using a crossbow. He is using a bow and arrow.
I'm going to go buy a crossbow.
I don't think he's trained in martial weapons. All right.
Good joke. But I think crossbows are made. Crossbows are made just for like just give it to civilians because it's easier to use. I think.
In real life, yes. In D&D,
In
no.
fantasy, no.
Graham, you're up.
All right.
Bunch of nerds we are.
Hang on, let me. Okay, so they've already entered it, so I don't get that, but I do get. Let's see. Graham is gonna maneuver over here again to keep them all in the microwave bubble and stay close to Emberborn. Of the 3 frontline guards, which one looks the most beat up?
You would think the one on the one on the left that Otto has hexed.
Okay.
Wait, actually, hold on a second.
Actually, yeah. That's another thought. I've got the horrible little bell cantrip I could use. They are all injured.
Is that like 2 different ones, or can you actually hit 3?
I can only hit 2. Normally, you can only hit 1, but
Yeah,
Death Clerics can hit 2 things with a cantrip.
Yeah, because these 2 I think are the most injured, right here.
We're not 11th level, so it wouldn't have gone up to the next damage dice yet.
No,
I'm gonna try to toll the dead on the 2 most injured looking with a wisdom save.
Alright.
DC 18.
It's going to be the ones in the center here. I mean,
Yeah,
So-
I figured those 2 were probably the most beat up.
okay, so it's a DC 18 Wisdom save, you say?
Yep.
Fail and fail. How much damage does it do?
They are going to take 2d12 necrotic.
Okay.
9 more necrotic.
Pretty good. I'm just picturing you taking out your Phantom Liberty Bell.
Ring a ding ding.
More cowbell.
And otherwise, I keep my spell up.
Okay.
So they continue to microwave on their turns.
All right. And we are going to go to the Legionnaire officer. She is going to do her Wisdom save, succeeding and only taking 9.
Oh.
Oh, actually, well, yeah, you rolled it for me, so I'll just do half of 28 then.
14. Nice.
Pretty sure I know that one, yeah, but still. Okay. She drops the longbow, she pulls out her scimitar, and she's going to swipe at you, Otto. And while she's doing so, the Legionnaire kind of like starts hitting you in the side with his spear. Not enough to do any damage, but like enough to bug you. And also to give her advantage. 23 hits.
Yeah, but I'm going to shield that, so it'll be 28 for the rest of the turn.
Okay. And she will try again, but fail.
Or I guess it's 28 to my next turn? Or yeah, it is my turn.
Yeah. You won't be able to take any damage until your next.
I mean,
But-
yeah, effectively that is true.
All right. So, I'm going to go to there.
And I know the caster's invisible, but if he happens to be in the microwave aura, he still gets cooked.
He is not. As it turns out, a guy who knows magic.
Knows not to do that.
Yes.
It depends on his AI. My turn. Okay.
Nope,
I will
it's still
hit-
his turn.
Okay. Oh, because I saw it turn to green.
All right. He is going to shoot a ray of frost at Graham. With advantage because he's invisible. Does a 22 hit?
Yes. I think my shield ran out.
Yeah, so he's going to do 6 cold damage. Just going to be a con save, please.
Okay. As long as I don't roll a 1. 3, 2, 1, 1.
Oh, I see what you did. You went really quick. That's why.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So yeah, you take some cold damage, and I believe it also causes your movement to slow.
That's fine.
But he is outside of the range. He's circled around and he has zapped you with the cold.
Okay.
Otto, you're up.
I will hit Mr. Red Dot.
Okay.
Uh,
You and your magic red dot sight.
Aha.
ACOG.
Alright. And I believe that hits. Let me just verify. What? Stupid thing. Yes, it does. Yep. For 12 slashing.
There we go.
Alright, and roll for damage on that guy. Alright. With that, the kind of spectral, not quite a ghost, not really undead, but like echoey memory just fades, and where he was is no longer there.
Let me see. Like, do I know I heal. This is but is it jump to another person? Let me see. Well, that was weird. Oops.
No, you'd be able to heal whatever the hex is. I
Yeah,
can't
hand.
1,000,000,000% remember.
Warlock
Warlock level and
charisma.
charisma modifier.
So,
And what do you like, level 2 or 3? You're at least 3 in Warlock.
Okay. I thought it moved, but I think that's hex, not hex curse.
Yeah, there's Hexblade's Curse and then Hex, because why not? Why not have like a
God,
million?
it's confusing. Okay. I use both attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Action.
I think that will be it for Mr. Otto.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to go into the Legionnaires. So we're going to go once again left to right as they're getting microwaved. Nope.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
And you want to keep the 28 or roll again?
I would say roll again, just for funsies.
25.
All right. So first one failed, taking all that damage. Second guy did succeed, taking only
12?
7. Yeah, 12. Yes, thank you. Okay. All right, so the guy in the center here, he is going to turn away from Otto, and he's going to stab at Graham, the source of his being microwaved.
I will also, hit him once he's done his thing.
All right. So he spears once. 22, does that hit Graham?
Yep.
He's going to deal 7 piercing damage to you.
Okay.
And I'll hit him now.
Okay.
I passed the con save.
Yep. All right, and with that, you see him vaporize.
Nice.
So this last guy here, he is also not happy about being microwaved, so he's going to keep stabbing at you, Graham,
That'll hit.
for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Yep. He's going to stab one more time, failing, and then he's going to attempt to bash you.
That'll
Which
hit.
does hit. Dealing just 6 bludgeoning, and give me a strength save, please.
Okay, this will be at +5 from Otto. 15.
You are fine.
Okay.
And it's good too, because otherwise you would have been knocked down.
Yeah.
Otto's killing like Otto kills in War Tales right now.
All right, Mergen Emberborn is going to go up. He's got his axe. He's going to swipe twice with his battle axe at the guy still standing in front of him. Missing and hitting, dealing 12 slashing damage. And that is his turn. Fiffle, you're up.
You know how they say you can't change fate? He's standing against fate.
He doing a good job, yep. Yeah, so Fiffle, you were hidden.
Hidden.
The mage has shown himself.
Yep,
He's over here.
He revealed himself from being invisible.
I'm hidden successfully.
Quite successful.
I attack the mage with advantage then, due to my being hidden.
Yeah, yep.
What do you get?
You can do so, yep, and you would get the benefit of sneak attack, of course. Unfortunately, the arrow just kind of deflects off his armor.
Yeah. Some of us, no matter how many advantages.
I feel like this
Arrow
mage,
misses.
he's more armored than the freaking frontliners.
He's got the same armor, but yeah.
No, it just feels
I,
like it's just the illusion.
bonus action hide again.
Okay. You would have to move. They do know where you are because you just revealed yourself.
Yeah, I'll like move back one spot.
Okay.
As I hide again.
Okay, give me that stealth roll, please.
What's the right button? There it is.
All right. And Graham, you're up.
All right. Nice. I can get them both in the microwave. Graham's gonna move there for starters, and
The
since he's
Legionnaire
re-entering
there-
it, can you make the save?
Yeah, so the Legionnaire is going to
Oh, right. I didn't realize
stab
he
at
wasn't
you.
dead yet. Oh, okay. Well, I was
I
gonna
don't-
say I didn't realize he was still there. Otherwise, I would have.
Do you want to not? Do you want to stay there then?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
So I'll move. Actually, I won't move yet. Hang on, let me check my spell list because I'm actually pretty fucking beat up. I think I grabbed a decent. Yeah. Thought I did. Hold on. Bear with me.
There's a bear with you? Oh no.
That's annoying. Oh well. Oh wait, there we go. That'll work. Graham's gonna upcast a healing word to 4th level as a bonus action.
Okie dokie.
So cast it at 4th level.
For a lovely
so-
16.
Nice. And which is good because Jesus Christ, I was down to 8 hit points.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, you've kind of been wailing on me. So I'm back up to 24.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't help that I armored myself, and then they're just like, yeah, we can't hit this.
They're also smart enough to realize what's going on with the Graham.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like it is only 1. I forgot it's not mass healing word. That's fine. And then I'm going to use my action to toll the dead on the commander and the guard. So DC 18 wisdom saves.
Okay. Now we'll start with the Legionnaire. He fails, and the officer is going to also fail. So
All right, they
full
take 9.
9 damage.
Is the Legionnaire still up?
They are both still up, yes.
All right, then
Not in great shape, but
Graham is gonna stay put then.
okay.
And
Yes, sir.
Pest turn.
Alright, so she is going to try and make her save. She succeeds, so she'll only take half.
Of hang on, 5d8. So
20
nice.
26 is
13.
13. Okay. Well, pretty good then, because she actually does cook.
Nice.
And you see her just kind of evaporate into nothingness
Get microwaved, idiot.
with her dead. The Legionnaire, the Legionnaire Mage, he is going to plop another. Yeah, shucks. He's going to do another dagger, but I was trying to freaking put it and I put too few. There we go. So he does another dagger field around you and Emberborn, so you are going to take 10.
You're rolling good on the daggers.
Sort of. I mean, 2 in the high, 2 in the low, which is amusing, but
Con save.
yes, please.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
And then he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 away, keeping himself sort of safe from you all. That's his turn. Otto, you're up.
Did that deduct my spell slot correctly?
How's the Legionnaire or the foot soldier over here look like?
He's pretty rough. He's still on his, still standing, but definitely looks like he's not in great shape. You see, blood from his, eyes, eyes and nose and ears and a little from his mouth.
Alright, I'll attack him twice.
Okay. The first one hits. The second one does not. Go ahead. Roll damage. Okay.
And I'll might.
All right. Go ahead.
I gotta make sure I hit the right one here. Where'd I? Okay.
Well, he's definitely looking bad, but he is still alive. As alive as an echo that died 1,000 years ago can truly be.
It's his turn next, and he's probably going to cook, so...
Yeah, I'll continue to right here.
Okay. Well, he is going to do his best to not die. I do not know if he will succeed in that endeavor. He is not going... He's going to take the full damage. And I don't actually think he has enough hit points to survive, but just go and roll him for the sheer amusement of it. Or no, actually, I think we're sticking with the 20.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't matter. He's cooked.
How many did he actually have?
4.
Yeah.
You would have had a roll. Even if you rolled ones, he would have died.
Cool. So that just leaves the mage.
Emberborn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as he pumps his dwarven legs.
He sees freedom.
Swack, miss. Swack, miss.
Hmm.
The mage is able to just easily block the fight with the shield. You can kind of see why they did not have terribly much trouble taking over this country.
Hmm.
Piffle, you're up. Jeremy?
Piffle is up.
Piffle is up.
Are we?
Technically, he's down below the
these
table.
guys up here.
The mage is the last guy remaining. He's right here.
Okay. I will emerge and attackify him.
Okay. And he is actually from you 60 feet. Is that enough for you to act like...
You short bow. And
I s-
It
would...
says-
80 feet.
Yeah, you're good. All right, you are able to hit. No problem. I mean, you would have been able to no matter what. So, yeah, sneak attack 10. And, all right. Okay.
And if the target does not die, Piffle will.
He is
move up
still
a
alive,
little.
yes.
He'll hide again.
You're not really sure how he looks. He's got a lot of armor on and a helmet.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear quiet sobbing from his helmet.
Graham, you're up.
All right. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Welcome to the microwave.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough hit points to actually even take minimum, so he's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, so there
I
was
gotta remember upcasting that spell. Those extra d8s do work.
there was quiet sobbing.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point left. And with that, we drop out of combat. You find yourselves kind of standing among this once long hall. Now you are back at the actual cemetery. You see the spirit of Morgan Emberborn standing with you. Got onto there. You stood with me. Wish that it could have been that way, truly, but I do appreciate it, even if it hasn't actually changed anything. I will depart this realm mostly at rest. I thank thee all, and I hope to see you perhaps in the next life. And with that, he kind of starts to fade, and the strange area that had been created around him loosens. The wind picks back up. It feels chilly, but less chilly. And you can kind of feel the snow on your face. You have been able to successfully cause his soul to depart.
Yay.
Hooray. I'll be right back.
And I think this is a good place to stop, and we will pick this up next week.
Oh, good. It's time for me to burb then.